Why do some men marry women they don't even seem to like? Why do y'all be going around marrying women that you don't even like? Y'all ain't shit. I'm telling you, you sassy straights are not shit. And these women are letting y'all know.
Y'all gotta relax, bro. Y'all got to relax. Like, for real. Y'all gotta relax, man. Y'all be talking about things that's just not realistic at all. Just not realistic.
This might be realistic though, Angry Man. Shout out to Upward Man. I appreciate you. All right, let's hear what she got to say. Gentlemen, SYCBM. Gentlemen, SYCBM. Just checking.
Their daughters and women in their family to be talked to and treated with respect, but they have half of that respect for their spouse.
I think that he doesn't see you with the same respect as he sees his family.
All right, I got to rewind it a little bit, so I had to refresh. Let's hear it again.
And want their daughters and women in their family to be talked to and treated with respect, but they have half of that respect for their spouse.
I think that he doesn't see you with the same respect as he sees his family, and that's the issue, right? Because when we run into a woman that we really love and we really invested in and all of these things, we see y'all one and the same. In fact, when we marry, we see you above them in terms of, biblical foundation and things of that nature. So the fact that he's treating them 10 times better than you in terms of how he talks to them and how he reacts and the disrespect and all of these things, he doesn't see you as his equal.
But that's his wife. I'm his wife. Like, this is his wife.
On paper. You're his wife on paper. You are not his wife in spirit, in motivation, in action, in consideration. You are not his wife in that area. I get it. You got a ring. But does this man have a ring around your heart and your mind? Or did he just marry you because he wanted a servant? He wanted somebody to be in subordination of him because he don't feel like a man outside of you. Sometimes you are not his wife, you his punching bag. I can't punch on my kid, but I can punch on you. And I guess what I'm saying is, while you saying we married, do he act like it? Because sometimes we say till death do us part, but sometimes the love has died in that relationship a long time ago. The respect has died. So I want to ask you, again, rhetorically, is he really your husband if he's treating you that way? Kira?
To build on that, I think that there's too many people that get married for love. And the foundation of marriage is supposed to be God. It don't sound like there's no God in that marriage to even have to go through something like that, because men who pray and really believe know who's the head honcho of their respect hierarchy. If he's making sure that you are at the bottom of the totem pole as far as love and consideration and all of the things, then like he said, it's just a marriage on paper. I think that we have to stop making marriage just emotional thing and make sure that it's a spiritual thing. Because when you have a union with somebody that you pray over, then you don't even go through half of the people be going through in their marriages.
At the end of the day, when all of you biatches are talking about the man gotta make more, he gotta step up, it's not right, it's not fair, oh my God, you're poor, you're a bum, crusty, crusty, ashy. I'm not gonna settle. No settling. I'm not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Got a new song, y'all. Anyway. Oh, don't forget there's no settling. There's no settling. Now, I'm gonna play it again. However, let me just go ahead and say, I take all their advice as advisement. But me personally, why would you allow it? Why would you stay for it? Why would you stay married? This is why I be like, when y'all, yes, some of y'all be like, oh, you shouldn't have got divorced. You know, again, when they come up here talking about, oh my God, and they start crying, that's a different breed of people. Some people need to be divorced. Some people don't need to stay married, okay? Now, why is it that some women seem to not be able to differentiate when you should stay and when you should go? That should be studied, as people say. Because it seems like when you get your head knocked between the washer and the dryer, you stay. When you sit here and you're saying, we're just going to believe what she says. When you're sitting here and you're saying that he's not showing you respect, he's being disrespectful towards you and being respectful to any other woman in his life, then why are you there? Then what are you there for? I'm just saying. But whoever he was before you was married is the same person he is after you was married. I know a lot of people try to act like, oh, people are not the same. So as soon as you get married, you turn into a jackass. Is that what y'all trying to tell me? So you trying to tell me that if when you was together, when you were courting, dating, whatever you want to call it, and you was going on trips and y'all was discussing the future, I assume that's what you do. You were figuring out where each person stands with life. Do you like this? How can we come together on this? Where are we compromising? What can I do without? Because really, that's really what you should be doing. You should not be marrying someone where you don't know where they stand on life events. Like if one person wants kids and one person doesn't, the odds are you shouldn't get married. That's a problem. That's the easiest way to determine it, right? If you don't want to have kids, but one does, why would you get married? Why? That don't make sense. But because a lot of people don't have these types of discussions before they get married, then you end up in dumbass situations like this. Or you want to be married so badly, maybe, allegedly, that you just put up with anything. Until then, it's like, oh, I don't like this. Well, child, you knew what it was beforehand. She brought this here. I'm talking about her because she brought it here. And I'm sure he's going to love this. And she's going to get a lot more respect after he sees this video or saw this video, which I'm sure went viral at the time. But maybe it's just me, child. Good morning, RBN. Good morning, Mr. I got low sperm count has entered the chat. Shout out to the latest line. Don't use this line that you have a low sperm count. Shout out to Abba Daba Do, who is allowing y'all to come up with new lines to get these women like this. She might be available soon for you, RBN.
Why men want their daughters and women in their family to be talked to and treated with respect, but they have half of that respect for their spouse.
So you also would have to know what the hell it is that she's talking about, right? Because some people can't deal with some things, and you know these biatches be thinking that everything is disrespect and disrespectful when it's just like you're a little bit too sensitive. And why didn't you acknowledge this beforehand? And Vince is saying some people change after marriage. They don't change from respect to disrespect. You can miss me with that bullshit. You're not a kind, nice, considerate person before you get married. And as soon as you get married, you F you biatch person. You're not. So save it. Okay. Now, people are expected to change as they mature, one would hope, as they get older. But that don't change ish about how you treating somebody that you took the time and said that you love and you went and you married them. Yeah, you can't convince me otherwise. I'm not trying to hear none of that. Not trying to hear none of that. But we have to just take her at her word. So it's very disrespectful. So you should be obviously respectful to your elders. We know people don't even do that. Why is she allowing it? Why is she putting up with it? And why stay there? Because one, if you want to go ahead and get some counseling, I know a lot of people aren't interested in that. Go get some damn counseling. How about you do that? Nope. You want to come to non-credentialed people. And it looks like Cheyenne is up here too, if I'm not mistaken. You want to come to non-credentialed people and come to a big ass room with a bunch of women that's going to say, yeah, sis, go sis, to validate your feelings. Say I'm lying. You come here because you know that these people will say, oh, it's not right, it's not fair. And it sounds like Ace is saying the same thing.
I think that he doesn't see you with the same respect as he sees his family. And
I mean, no shade, Trill, obviously. We're going to take this story as it is, obviously.
And that's the issue, right? Because when we run into a woman that we really love and we really invested in and all of these things, we see y'all one and the same. In fact, when we marry, we see you above them in terms of, biblical foundation and things of that nature. So the fact that he's treating them 10 times better than you in terms of how he talks to them.
And what does that even mean? That is a good question, though. Like, what does that even mean? Because is it one of those, remember that video that we saw where the girl was having a fit because the mom was having a fit because she thought that she should sit in the front seat? Those dumbass situations. I feel like sometimes the things that are not that serious, people make such a big damn deal. Like I said, I'll get in the back so my mother-in-law can sit in the front, but she'll say, you need to sit in front. And that's what I would expect. But if I sat in the back, who gives a shit? We all going together. The odds are I don't want to go. She going anyway. I said that. I meant that. But I'm not going to argue over something so stupid. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, and be giving him a hard time because he didn't say, you got to sit in the back. Some things you just got to let go. It's not that serious. So I really would like to kind of know what exactly it is. Like, do you expect him to go over to his mom or whoever and say, look, bitch, you know what I mean? Like, what are you saying? Snuggles has entered the chat. I tell you, y'all are a mess. Y'all are a mess. I'm just saying. Straight Panther says she has a mouth and seems domineering. I don't get that from her. I don't get that from her, just from this little bit right here. But I don't doubt that she wants to have him be a little bit of embarrassment, because I'm telling y'all, like I think Trinidad said, you or maybe it was RBN. You come on to the show, or Kofa, you come on to the show, and it was Kofa actually, and you know that there's going to be your community that's going to see it. Your community ain't as big as you think. There's probably many of people who have come to the show that know somebody you know. And that, in that way, the word will get out, it will get back, and then it could possibly potentially become a thing. Like when you're married, honestly, in my opinion, you need to figure out a way to resolve and solve your own damn issues as the adults who supposedly came together to say that this is what it is that we want to do, and stop bringing your shit to the internet, and stop bringing it to non-credentialed people, stop bringing it to your family, and figure it out between you, or get a freaking real counselor, therapist, whatever, to help you through. There's nothing wrong with getting some help, specifically with communication, because that's one of the biggest things that people in a relationship have issue with when they're married: money and communication. So if you can't do that and you think this is the best way to handle it, I think she's gonna have more issues than what she already had, me personally.
And how he reacts and the disrespect and all of these things, he doesn't see you as his equal.
But
And
that's his wife. I mean, wife. Like, this is his wife.
On paper.
Now it's his wife's on paper. Cake says some people drop the mask after the papers are signed. Listen, y'all, I'm sorry y'all marrying some crazy ass people. Maybe it's a quick relationship like Abba or something, but you cannot hide who you are, in my opinion. You cannot hide who you are if you are actually getting to know someone and for more than 5 months, for more than 8 months. And you don't know who somebody is for real, until you have an issue or a problem. You do not know who somebody is until you have an issue or a problem, because then you see how they are, you see who they are, you see how they act. Nobody's changing that much unless they was just full, like that's a rarity. All this, people just change once they, we going with, what is it, probability? We're going with the probability here. So y'all running into all these people that just be lying in order to get you married so they can then disrespect you. That sounds crazy. That sounds crazy. But if that's how y'all's lives are, then that's how y'all's lives are. I feel like there's a way. Good morning, Blade. I feel like there's a way to avoid all that. And some people have rose-colored glasses on how they think marriage is supposed to be. It ain't easy. And so anybody that's telling you that marriage is easy, they are full of shit and they lying to you. I'm not saying it's chain gang, sweat equity hard, but child, you have to work at it. You have to work towards issues. You have to work through shit. You got to deal with outside sources and things that could possibly interrupt. There's money, there's kids, there's houses, there's bills. Does that sound easy, y'all? It's either you're going to do it because you're in it and you're in it for the long haul and it's worth it and you care for that person and you want to continue your trajectory upwards. Usually it's a trajectory upwards, okay? I know Heifer's trying to be hypergamous, and that's fine. But for most of us, we start out at the same place and we're trying to work our way up to something more, which is one of the main reasons to get married, whether you want to believe it or not, is to improve your finance. I know people want to be like, oh, love. Of course. I think you should care for the person, love them. But that ain't the main reason. It's for family, it's for finance, it's for love. Okay? In my opinion, that's the order. Because child, you being over here, which we see does not work from these heifers from TikTok, all by yourself, doing it all by yourself. I don't know why you would want to do it by yourself as far as raise kids, but child, that's just me. You didn't have kids by yourself. You didn't get pregnant by yourself. So doing it by yourself don't make sense. So that's why you come together. What do I know? I don't know shit, child. Come on.
You're his wife on paper. You are not his wife in spirit, in motivation, in action, in consideration. You are not his wife in that area. I get it. You got a ring, but does this man have a ring around your heart and your mind?
Does this man have a ring around your heart? I agree. They might have a ring around the tub. Remember that tub we looked at, y'all? Anyway, maybe it wasn't us. But anyway, does he have a ring around your heart? Ace, what are you talking about? Why are they not saying, have you gotten in counseling? Have you went to talk to someone? Like, what is the plan? What are y'all doing? Nope, none of that. Does he have a ring around your heart? Child, can you see my heart? Like, what are we talking about? Goodbye, sir.
Mind? Or did he just marry you because he wanted a servant?
Now Ace is saying that the man married you because he wanted a servant. She ain't even say nothing about none of that. She ain't even saying, she's talking about respect. He talking about a servant. Child, the way they pull shit out of their ass.
He wanted somebody to be in subordination of him because he don't feel like a man outside of you.
He don't feel like a man outside of you. So you need to be subordinate to him. You hear this, right? Okay, take it. A non-married person here talking.
Sometimes you are not his wife, you his punching bag.
Sometimes you are not his wife, you're his punching bag. And you know the crowd loves all this. Yeah, those sassy straights, those BANs, you ninjas ain't ish. This might as well be, this is the male version of the equivalent of that heifer with the hands the other day on TikTok, y'all.
I can't punch on my kid, but I can punch on you.
Oh, now you don't punch on the kids. I can punch on you. Now we're talking about DV. I mean, not necessarily physical DV. Now it's DV-ish. Child.
And I guess what I'm saying is, while you saying we married, do he act like it?
Oh, do he act like it? Shout out to Ace.
Because sometimes we say till death do us part, but sometimes the love has died in that relationship a long time ago.
Sometimes the love has died in the relationship a long time ago. Y'all go to these people for advice. Y'all go to these people for advice. It's been working out so well. I really would love somebody to do follow-ups on this. I would love it, love it, love it. Good morning, Clue Studio. Thank you, Boo. He said you messy. Haven't seen you in a while. Yes, I am. You already know. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I ain't lying, though. Good morning, Boo. Shout out to Drew Titan up in here. I see you. I appreciate you. Y'all hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Come on, child.
Respect has died. So I want to ask you, again, rhetorically, is he really your husband if he treats you that way? Kira?
Is he really your husband if he treats you that way? Is he really your husband if he treats you that way? Let me give them I'm not really giving Ace a pass, but we have to little bit give them a pass because they only have one side of the story, right? All they have is what this woman presented. But he just now pulls shit out of his ass that was not even here to say what the man is doing, and he don't know nothing. Just talk to why there's disrespect. What the hell? Why there's disrespect? Ain't nobody saying, you know what, you need to go get some counseling because that don't make any sense. He shouldn't be disrespectful. Now, this is a short. So the next question would be, give me an example of which you're saying is disrespect. See if she could give us a good example. It could be I went to sit in the front seat and his mother was about to get in the back and he said, get your ass into the back. You know what I mean? Anyway, whatever. It's only a short. Thank you, Kofi. He said what Ace is doing is exactly what he used to. What Ace is doing is exactly what he used to sleep with married men. What he used to do in order to sleep with married women and still is. Majority, allegedly. Lord help your people. Majority of women fall for this BS every time. Hashtag SYCBM, hashtag BYOCBM. I agree that they do fall for it. Like all these women that come here, clearly, they believe in what it is that he's saying. Another non-married person. Not that this is about marriage, because it's about relationships. So that's fine. But why do people need to have strangers give you information about your relationships? Why can't y'all figure it out for yourselves? Why can't y'all go get the counsel that you need yourselves? The actual credentialed people. I guess that's just crazy talk. My bad.
To build on that, I think that there's too many people that get married for love. And the foundation of marriage is supposed to be God. It don't sound like there's no God in that marriage to even have.
Now, it don't sound like there's no God. I don't disagree with her. I like somebody said a second ago, marriage is definitely a business. I don't care what nobody say. Think what you want to. But getting married for the fantasy, you know, I hate to say this, of what you think is supposed to be like a Disney fantasy, it doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. And if you're not in it to work through it and work for it and deal with all of the things, because it's a lot of things, then you probably shouldn't get married. I said that, I meant that.
To go through something like that, because men who pray and really believe know who's the head honcho of their respect hierarchy.
Well, I guess that it's no God in the marriage, and that's what the problem is. Everybody don't believe in God, but as long as there's God in the marriage, according to these people, then everything should be everything.
If he's making sure that you are at the bottom of the totem pole as far as love and consideration and all of the things, then like he said, it's just a marriage on paper. I think that we have to stop making marriage this emotional thing and make sure that it's a spiritual thing.
Another non-married person. Another non-married person giving out marriage advice to a married person. But y'all want to come here and listen to these people? Child, you like it. We love it. We love it.
Because when you have a union with somebody that you pray over, then you don't even go through half of the people be going through in their marriages.
Yeah, as long as you pray over people, those people never have any issues. That makes sense, right? Goodbye. Goodbye. Just like Kitty said, if you have God in your marriage, I guarantee you can't guarantee nothing. You can guarantee absolutely nothing. You absolutely should have some sort of faith, spirit, whatever you believe in, agree. And the odds are you probably should be believing in the same thing. I could not marry a Muslim. No shade. I couldn't. I'm not going to stop eating bacon and shit like that. I'm just not going to do it. My girlfriend, she's Muslim. Her daughter got married, and then that Muslim dude believed in multiple wives. I'm not going to be able to do it, okay? Good luck. They not married no more because she said she couldn't do it. That should have been a discussion that they had before they got married, but they did not. So now they're divorced. This is what I'm talking about. If you're not aligned with most things, I don't know why people are getting married. I'm telling you. And I'm telling you, most of these people do not have these discussions beforehand. Now, those are conversations that need to be had, not all this shit on the internet. What are you getting married for? What's your plan? Where you want to be? Where you want to be in 10 years? Where you want to be even further than that? What do you want to do? I said, we're going to have this kid. We're going to go ahead and rent for 1 year, 2 max. Then we're going to buy a house. And then after so many years, we're going to buy another house. And that's exactly what happened. I wasn't expecting a second kid, but all right, you change, you acquiesce, you do what you need to do. I did not want to have another kid. He wanted to have another kid. I said, okay, but that was the last kid. See, that's a discussion because I didn't want any more children. We had another kid. I got my tubes tied. That's it. I'm not having no more kids, but we talked about that. Some people don't even talk about that. Man might have wanted to have 5 more kids. Not mine, but somebody else's man might have wanted to have 5 more kids and you only wanted to have 1 or 2. You need to talk about that shit. All right, you change your mind. You want to have another kid. I can give you 1 more kid. I can give you 1 more kid, but that's it. Because then I would be what? 800 years old before I could go cruise how I wanted to, okay? No, I don't have time for that, right? That's an advantage of having a family young. Once you get to a certain age, you can go do what you want to do. But the problem today is these people not only want to have all these kids right now, you don't want to partner, have a relationship, get married, but then you want to do everything in the world that you see other people doing who are older and have already been through all the bullshit, right? And made it to the other side. And y'all not even trying to do none of that. I'm not even going to get into the Generation X stuff. I will, because I got to spend more time on my Generation X channel.